I see the pianist got fired. Alright. Fair dues. Let's get the mouse off the screen. Language selection. American. I'm sorry, I don't speak American. I can't speak in guns and fireworks and freedom, but I suppose this is the closest thing, because I speak even less Russian than I do American, so I guess we're just going to have to go with what we can get. Oh, the pianist has been reintroduced. Marvellous. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a game called Summer of 58, which by the apostrophe I assume it means 1958, and not some form of American sedan called a 58. Because I can't imagine that would have a summer, although it does seem to be nice and warm out there. It's also horribly warm in here, but we're playing a game anyway, so let's get the hell on with it, shall we? Select level. I didn't realise this had levels. I thought it was just an indie horror game. I thought you just sort of played it and you got a bit spooked and then you sort of moved on with your life. Loading screen's long. I thought we were only going to a menu, but never mind. Golly. Repeated? I don't know. I don't even know that I've done it in the first place yet. Ah, there are names here. At least I think these are names. I presume that they are anyway. They look a bit like names. And here are some people who, judging by their helmets, are going off to war. However, they also seem to be Boy Scouts, judging by their shorts and their weird neck scarf things. Hush. That's better. Right. What is this? Oh, I think this is a little light of some kind. Yes, take this. Indeed. Can I turn my light on? I can. Marvellous. And here are some more Boy Scouts, including one who seems to be reenacting that scene from Titanic. But never mind. Oh, golly. There's all sorts of different levels. A lot of levels, it would seem, actually. Which is curious. Can I go through this door? No, I can't. I do like interactable menus like this. They're quite rare, but they're also quite amusing. Alright, this is starting to get on my nerves. Would you shush? It's better. Don't mind the cat. She's just scratching around. Don't mind the really frickin' scary pancake baby face down there. You hear a bit of singing. Either that or it's somebody moaning really lackadaisically. I don't know what that says, but I'm going to assume it says, teach your children how to operate tiny bits of machinery to prepare them for a life of drudgery working in a factory. Or alternatively, teach your children to be giants and to light the way, so that this gentleman whose back seems to have forged with the roof of his truck can realize that he is spilling out all of his gold that he's trying to transport. How frightfully unfortunate. Right, never mind. This one seems to it's not summer anymore. The sun's gone. What a frightful shame. Yes, all of the images and the toys and things seem to suggest something to do with children. Right, if I go back to the main menu with the interminably long loading screen. Oh, marvellous. Can I just start at the beginning, please? Sometimes people make up things that aren't there. It seems to them that some entity controls their mind and their life. They do terrible things that can drive you crazy. I don't believe in paranormal phenomenon. I believe that the troubles that people commit are their own fault, or that they brought them to this. And in order for you to believe your eyes and not fictions, I made revealing I don't want to see your revealing videos, mate. Crying out loud. That's hard enough to avoid on Reddit, let alone here. About paranormal phenomenon in two houses. Oh, I shouldn't have been whinging about Reddit. Sorry. Goodness. Somebody seems to have boarded up all the windows. Oh, that's English, or possibly American. How much I can read. I'm not doing this, by the way. I should emphasize, it's managing this all on its own. Goodness, there's a scary mask. Some records. I suppose that ties in with 1958. The propaganda seemed like that as well. I assume this is going to be set in the Cold War. Wish it was colder now. Sorry, I'll stop moaning. I searched all the corners, but I didn't find any evidence confirming paranormal activities in these houses. Now I'm going to an abandoned pioneer camp in Russia at the request of my subscribers to find out if the rumors that the locals... They say that there are ghosts of dead people in this place. In the hands of one of the residents, he himself was never found. The bodies of those people were also not found. Local residents avoid this place, and those who were touched by this tragedy do not allow to open the doors of this building in memory of the dead and missing. I came to Russia to investigate what happened, to find out if the rumors are true, and to find evidence of this. In keeping with my tradition, I closed the doors of the building behind me so there is no temptation to leave it, because you couldn't open it again, and I'm staying here for a few nights recording a report. Ah. Right. Okay. I think the door being shut isn't going to prevent you from being tempted to leave. I think catapulting yourself out a window is going to be quite a strong temptation as well in a minute, but we'll get to all of that in due course. I like that I made a very special effort to talk faster in that loading during that bit of text, which weirdly decided not to load at the same time as the text, but never mind. So that I could get through it all before it disappeared, and then it stayed there much longer, but never mind. Hello, thank you for making this game. It will hopefully be a good one. Need to explore this camp. Oh, you didn't come in the middle of the night. Oh, you're the first urban explorer that's ever had a brain. Marvellous. Is that a big burger? Is that a burger? That's very American. I don't know what kind of American accent that is. Not a very good one, the answer to that question. My giddy answer, is this some kind of summer... Yeah, that seems very Cold War space race thing. I don't know why there's a snowflake in the middle. I thought we had to get a few decades further than 1958 before we started complaining about snowflakes. What's that? It's a camera! Ah. Ooh, not vision. Hold down middle mouse button or E to zoom cameras. Oh, cool. Is there a battery to this? There's no battery meter up in the right-hand corner. There's a little red dot and REC, presumably recording, but the fuse is blown. There is no light in the building apart from the light generated by the sun. Thank you, sun. Right, alright. Are we going for an Outlast thing with this? Also, why do we need the night vision? It's not night, but maybe it will be soon. One doesn't know. There are some boards here. Could I break these, perhaps? Oh, golly, I was going to say if I had an axe or something, but when you're an urban explorer with the intelligence to turn up in the middle of the day, who... Oh, I think this is the corridor from the level select. Who needs axes when you've got the power of shoulders and tootsies to break things? Excellent. And nasal breathing as well. Right. Alright. Fair dues. Why were we cooking people's supper in the bathroom? That doesn't seem frightfully hygienic. Never mind. Is that a healing kit? Possibly. Right. There's something in the toilet. I don't want to know what it is, and I don't get to find out. Can I crouch in this game? Yes, I can. This is a piece of paper that I can read. I can't read what it says. Oh, I see. I'm not the only person round here that can't read this language. Ah, marvellous. Good. I'm glad to know I'm in equally uneducated company. Tremendous. Well, I don't know what that says, but I am just curious just to see. Can I turn the paper around? Does it have anything on the back? I don't seem to be able to... Oh, I can. I can move it round by holding the middle mouse button. Interesting, but I don't seem to be able to turn the paper itself, so I was wondering there might be something secret written on the back. Right. Never mind. Let us carry on with life. Maybe I just need the... I thought that was a corpse. It's not. It's a doll, which is slightly less awful, but still equally present in your old horror media. I don't know what that noise was. We won't worry about it. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Unlike this, which we can now get a much better look at. Oh, my word. That is most unpleasant. Also, what's with all the newspaper? Most interesting. Did someone feed the cats here? What cats? I don't know, but that seems like a very small tin. Must have small cats around here. What is that? I thought it was a cat at first. No, I think it's actually a rabbit. A rabbit wearing a tie, oddly. So again, I'm in good company, which makes a change. And gas masks. Oh, hello. Okay, there are cats here. They don't seem any smaller than my cat, but never mind. Alright. Maybe I just have an abnormally small cat. I don't know. Can I remove these boards as well? I don't believe so, no. I don't think I am quite that strong. Alright. Fair enough. I don't really know why I'm here or what I'm doing or what the whole heckin' purpose of all this is. But never mind. I seem to be... Hello? Would somebody like to come in? That's going to be a little bit difficult because I seem to have boarded the door shut. I know I said I shut the door behind me. I don't think I boarded the bloody thing. It said I had a backpack. Can I get my dictionary out of there, please? Is this it? I don't know. It's it there. Right. English. The correct name of the bloody language. Right. I was translating some books in college. Excellent. I found it at a local market. Ah, so it's definitely accurate and correct. He has moved. Right. I know rabbits are known for being expeditious, but I didn't think it involved, just walking around. But that's nice. To be honest, I'd be more disturbed if he did the thing expeditiously the rabbits are known for doing expeditiously. What is this? Oh. Some scaffolding that fell off the back of a builder's truck landed in this hedge, and we took a photograph of it for reasons we don't understand. There are legends that there was an orphanage near this camp, and there lived a strange girl who was afraid of water. She did not wash and did not go to the river. She died about 2 days later from dehydration, but we won't worry about that. One day, the older girls decided to laugh at her, tied her hands and poured water over her. Then they got a job torturing people with waterboarding, presumably. She was very scared and ran away. Well, understandably. They couldn't find her for many days and decided that she was dead. These older girls, they make very firm decisions, don't they? We decide we're going to laugh. We decide that she is dead, to blaze with the bloody facts. One night she came back in her pyjamas, all wet, and killed everyone who bullied her. After that, her spirit appears in the bathroom on a full moon. Because she's also a werewolf, apparently. Right. Hello. Are you the bunny rabbit of the little girl? Seriously, what the hell did she drink if she was so scared of water? Or did they just have to inject it into her intravenously when she wasn't looking? I don't know, but I think that creaking noise is just happening every time I'm walking over here. I swear I'm hearing noises, but there's nothing actually happening here. So her spirit appears in the bathroom. Well, I suppose that would sort of make sense. Bathrooms are a place with lots of water in them. Do I need to get my sleeping bag and wait until night? Because I think I checked my brain at the door. Can I roll out my sleeping bag and have a snooze? It's a sleeping bag. Yes, it says things on it. More than I would actually expect, to be quite frank with you. Right. I brought a sleeping bag with me. I intend to spend a few nights here. I don't think your life expectancy is that long, mate, but by all means, have a good try. Dear, oh dear. I like this. I have no idea what this says, presumably something about ringing people, but I like the little face. I like the little grumpy face that it's got. That's quite cute. Is there anything in my backpack that I need? Presumably not at this stage. No. Alright. Let us wander around a little more and see what else we might find. I don't know what that is. It might be a radio. There's a letter here with a picture of... Is that a little boy holding a telephone? He seems to have had his face scratched off, and there's perhaps some other character on the right here, but I'm not wholly sure. I don't know. I don't speak in scratched. I think Mr. Rabbit has moved. I also don't think that gas mask was there a minute ago. These. Oh, I see little bits of electrical infrastructure that have fallen off the wall. Fair enough. I see. You want to play a game of ball, do you? Well, how about I scrunch you up into a ball and catapult you out the window? That sounds like an absolutely fascinating game, if you ask me. Right. Can I Bib, what have you done? It will be dark soon. I need to look for candles. Oh. Alright. No, it's terribly sorry. What happened? Yes, I've already figured that much out on my own. Oh, hello. Oh, golly! The Luftwaffe were coming, apparently. Alright. Didn't realise that was going on in 1958. These candles will be useful when night falls. Thank you, cats. Yes, not the musical. We've got nothing to thank for that. Here are some people. Yes. Anything on them back? No, indeed not. They are people. They have faces. Most do. There seems to be another noise along with the siren. Oh, it's crows. That's what it is. I was trying to figure out what that was. It was a little strange at first. All right, where should I put my candles? It seems that Mr. Rabbit has moved again. Indeed, he has. Or do I just want to set up my bedsheet and go to sleep? Need to find a lighter or some matches. Ah, right. I like that you brought your sleeping bag in preparation for spending a few nights here, but didn't think about getting any light. Don't need to arrange this just yet. Alright, so I need to find something to make some fire with. Alright, well there's some cigarettes here, so aha! Where there's smokers, there's fire-producing devices. The lighter is almost empty. I can't always use it. What on earth are you talking about? Is that going to be some sort of resource I need to manage? I light the candles now. Alright. I'd have waited till nightfall, but never mind. Again, it seems a bit of a waste to put all three of them next to each other, but never mind. Now I can spread out my sleeping bag. This... On the one hand, this is almost sort of twee and sweet. On the other hand, it's sort of scary. I need to prepare for the night. And the bed and the light and all that didn't do anything. Night 1. Ah, this is what the levels are. Different nights, it would seem. Alright. Golly. First night in the camp came. Good for it. Glad to hear it's enjoying its night. Right. Sorry, I'll stop making stupid jokes. Right, now it's night time and now I need my camera, which begs the question why I'm pressing the camera button and nothing is bloody happening. Ah, because I put it down. No, I didn't put it down over here. That's a clock. And that's a pyramid made of cheese. But other than that, everything's going fine. Seriously, where the hell is my camera? Have I put it back over here? I think my dictionary's back over here. Yes, indeed. I suppose I'll take this with me just on the off chance that I need it. Can I take a candle with me? No, but I can put it out like an absolute twit and then waste more lighter fluid turning the thing back on again. Is it a full moon? I don't know. It's so ruddy dark I can't see. Oh, this is where my camera is, on the bloody tripod that I saw earlier and didn't even ruddy think about. Right. Somebody, and by somebody I mean me, is an absolute moron. But that shouldn't surprise any of you if you've been here frightfully long. What's this? It is a picture of a grumpy-looking lady. Yes, and that weird scratch on her by her right elbow, with those branches above it, look a little bit like a skeletal hand reaching up. Possibly that's why she's so grumpy. Perhaps she keeps getting grabbed by skeletons. That would make me grumpy. It's creepy. Yeah, and spending the night in an abandoned scouts orphanage in Russia isn't in the slightest beds. You silly man. Again with these gas masks. Don't remember them being there before. Maybe it was so dark I couldn't see them. Can I go through the door? Yes, I can. Can I find any more mischievous pussycats? Or mischievous rabbits, indeed. Yep, Mr. Rabbit's gone back to his spinal therapy. Oh, my giddy aunt. Interesting. Is this going to be the only environment that I get? These two corridors? Because if so, I'm going to... Hello? Can I help you with something? You're trying to sell some Girl Scout cookies, perhaps? Oh, wait, hang on. I don't think they were knocking on those doors. They might have been knocking on this one. Can I help you? You need some directions to somewhere. The only direction I'm going to give you is to get the bloody hell out of here, mate. Maybe if I get another fuse, I can mend that. I don't know what that is, but I'm not convinced it's a fuse. Can I call anybody on the old dog and bone? Presumably not, no. There's a newspaper here. An investigation is underway on the disappearance of children and employees at the Pioneer Camp, presumably that's where we are, which was opened in 1955 under the leadership of Director... I'm not even going to try and pronounce your surname because I'll undoubtedly offend people. The suspect in this case is a child living in this camp. Yes. Evidence of the victims was found in his locker. What happened to him and where he is now not known. Evidence of the victims. That's a very interesting way of describing a corpse. Is that name on here? I can hear something that sounds like scratching. No. It might be one of the ones that's fallen off. What does that say? Not what I'm looking for. Alright, well, the ones that I don't know the names of are the ones where the door is missing, but those are the ones that I can see into, so I know there's nothing scary in them. So, what the hell is that? It's a starfish. I don't know why it's a starfish. I'm afraid I can't answer that question for you, my friends. I pressed the wrong button, sorry about that. Still going on with your chiropractic. Good for you. Glad to see that you're committed to improving yourself. What does this say? In 1958, towards the end of the summer, parents called the camp to find out if everything was alright with their children. Yes, you didn't think to do that in 1935 when you sent them, I suppose. But no one answered. When they arrived at the camp, they found no one, only abandoned things and a mess. Sounds like a place that children have been. All the locals helped in the search for the missing children, but all in vain. What a frightful shame. No more noisy, ungrateful, time-consuming brats hanging around. How ghastly. Has the moon come out? I think Mr. Rabbit has moved again. And the cats are back. Oh, good. I'm so glad to see that we're all quite so busy this afternoon. That's just marvellous. What's with these funny little pictures? There's a flag and an orange and a rabbit and some cherries and a chandelier. Alright. Strange, but one of the less strange things that we've seen around here. Where did Mr. Rabbit go? I don't know. I do not see him. Which on the one hand makes me feel comforted because he might not be around, but on the other hand makes me feel less comforted because he might be standing right behind me. What was that clattering noise I heard? Oh, it was you! Don't know what the bloody hell that was. But I know it weren't you. He was trying to get up here to put in his gas mask to protect himself. It's a bit late, mate. The air raid sirens went off before dusk, but never mind. Oh. Somebody shut the door. And locked it. Goodness. Somebody doesn't want me to escape. Possibly Mr. Bunny Rabbit. Right. Again, well, I could try and catapult myself out the window, but these boards might get in the way, but then again I do have a precedent of being able to move boards. That's quite a nice creepy image. Right! Well, let's just pretend like everything is going absolutely swimmingly and move on with our lives. Can I please leave? Apparently no. Apparently no, I cannot. Let's check through these again. This again with the weird bits of scaffolding. I presume those are like playing equipment of some kind. Oh, there's a piece of paper here. I didn't see that. I was scared, and I didn't know it would end there. I trusted her, my friend Anna. I am sorry for not being able to stop this. Right. Okay, that's odd. You say that you trust her, presumably the person that betrayed you, but then you apologize to some person named Anna. Right. Because the way that you're writing this makes it sound like Anna's the one that you trusted and thus betrayed you. So you apologising to her wouldn't make much sense. But the fact that the protagonist is using it... I'm not even going to address it. I think somebody's put a bag over my head. Oh no, I was just clobbered over the head with a baseball bat. Oh, marvellous. That's my favourite thing. I was just trying to answer the telephone. They might be ringing me up and telling me I've won a yacht or something. Goodness, my old coconut. It has been bashed. Oh, and it's daytime again. It's very easy to get the bloody achievements in this game. How did I get here? I don't even know where this is. I need to find my video camera. Well, that seems sort of reasonable. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. No, as I was saying, what I was so rudely interrupted by, what the hell is that? And people say the Teletubbies are bloody scary. Well, they are bloody scary, but they're not as bloody scary as this thing. Oh my giddy on, I don't even want to think about it. That's an awful lot of medication to have next to a bunk bed. I can't read it. I need to find my dictionary. Oh, I see. I've had that pinched off me as well, have I? Fair dues. No. What I was wondering about was sometimes these games don't have Marlon. I'm not going to address this because there's imagery in it that I don't want to touch with a 10-foot barge pole. But I still find it vaguely amusing. Sorry, it's just the gormless expression, and the rigor mortis laden bones are rather amusing to me. No. Sometimes games are made in other countries, and the English in the writing isn't perfect, and the fact that the protagonist is trying to translate it all using a dictionary, perhaps goes some way to excusing that, which I think is quite a clever usage of words and things, except I haven't got my big brass shoulders on, so I can't break this. There's a pussycat, hopefully having a sleep and not being a corpse over there. Right, there's a man looking grumpy about something. Shall we see if we can find my camera? Maybe I dropped it. Yes, it's right there, where I left it. Marvellous. I'm so glad to see that small person stolen my candles. I was worried about them. She must have known that only she can prevent forest fires. You're not welcome here. Well, that's frightfully unfortunate, but I can't seem to leave, so I seem to be a little bit stuck here. Right. The one who hit me on the head took the candles. I have to figure out what's going on here. The one who hit me on the head. I need to turn on the lights in the entire building, which isn't going to work because we're missing a fuse, so presumably that's my next objective. I didn't have the sense to bring any fuses with me, did I? No. Deal. So many horror game protagonists could be saved if they'd only gone to the DIY shop first. Perhaps I can break these boards and go in here and we'll find a fuse. Indeed. There's a lot of blood in there. And I can hear more singing. Definitely seems to be coming from over here. Possibly behind that cupboard, or possibly in the next room. Right, please tell me that's not the corpse of what I think it is, because if it is, that's going to be rather upsetting for everybody involved. Yes, indeed. I think it's too big. I think that's a person, which somehow is less bad than what I thought it was. I need to look this room. I am looking at it. And slightly regretting that I ever started looking at it. That's a nice drawing of a fox. I like that. I don't know why it's holding a big bat as if it's about to clobber somebody, but maybe that's who clobbered me. Oh dear, oh dear. Director of the Pioneer Camp disappeared like the rest of the camp workers. Maria had previously taken care of children in an orphanage from 1944 to 1950. She was a caregiver who devoted herself only to work. Discipline was most important to her, so the parents entrusted their children to her. Oh, you mean the parents of the children in the... You mean the parents of the children in the camp, not the parents of the children in the orphanage, who presumably didn't have the opportunity to approve of anything because they were dead. We won't worry about that. Right. think that's a drawing of Lenin, actually, which is a bit bizarre. Crying out loud, looks like something out of an abattoir. If that is indeed the word for a place where they hang up all those big bits of meat. I'm not really sure, to be honest. What is this? A picture of a fence! Presumably this earned an F- in photography class. And rightly so. Your plank with fire leads to a fire. What on earth are you talking about? Is that what this says? Is that what you've translated? Or are you just talking to yourself like a crazy person? I mean, you came here, so you are crazy. That's not the point. Ah, be clean, be neat, pioneer. Show an example in everything. Ah, I see. These are sort of motivational posters in order to try and encourage the children to not be wee little ragamuffins. I haven't finished looking around the room. Ah, good. I like it when the protagonist stops me from being a muppet. I like that, because otherwise I would definitely be a muppet. It doesn't work. I need to find a fuse. Oh, I see. I thought that was something I was going to get a fuse out of. But no. There must be a fuse in here. Otherwise, why would it be stopping me? Ha! Ha ha! I think that's what I need. Right. I was about to say, why are we rummaging around in it as if we were a cat scratching around a litter tray? But no, it would appear that we were closing it, just very noisily. You need to take the box to the sleeping bag. Ah. Idiot. There was a time when I played this sort of game every single bloody day of my life, and I was quite accustomed to that sort of thing happening, and it didn't make me jump. Nowadays it's less frequent, and it starts to get to me. I mean, it doesn't scare me, but it shocks me. Or surprises, I suppose, would be a better word. Right, let's pop that in there. Huzzah! Now we can go and turn on the lights. Also, that ghost appeared during the day. I thought this ghost we had a restraining order out on them that said they could only appear during a full moon. Hooray! We haven't got any lights on in here, but we do in here. There wasn't someone sitting on that stool facing in that direction, was there? I'm seeing things, aren't I? Yes, I'm going completely mad. I like that I've stacked all the boards here. That's very neat and tidy. I am showing an example in everything. Marvellous. Can I hush the radio, please? That's better. Otherwise it was going to get a little bit scary. It's so bizarre having a horror game set during the day. In my entire life of playing this, I'm not sure that's something I've ever experienced before. Right. I need to go to bed. It will be dark soon. Yes, I've only been awake for 5 minutes. Crying out loud, I must be a teenager. Sleep or don't sleep? For that is the question, whether 'tis nobler in the hammock sling to suffer the misfortunes of opposition, or whatever the bloody hell it was that Shakespeare wrote. I don't know where I'm going with this. Slowly insane is the answer to that question. Right. So there's a series of different nights, and then presumably a series of days that come in between them. Fair dues. When I saw that this said nights, I actually thought that we were going to be doing a sort of a 5 Nights at Freddy's sort of situation, but I don't believe that is the case. Right. I like that I've just set my camera up so that I can stare at myself as asleep, because that's not in the slightest bit creepy. There's enough creepy things going on here, mate, you protagonist type, without you making it even worse. What's that? Just another photograph. I don't know. I think it's upside down. Look like a logo for something, some sort of planet. Iconography going on. I don't know. That reminds me a little bit of in fact, that reminds me a lot of an image of the Voltec mascot from Full Metal. How strange. Never mind. Is the moon out? My giddy aunt. No, it's not. It's ruddy dark. What's the matter with the moon tonight? It's not bloody here, so we can't diagnose it, so let's move on with our lives. You know, sometimes I wake up in the night. But you know what I do when that happens? I roll over and I go back to sleep. I don't go wandering around abandoned. Quite capable of opening the door yourself, you grubby-footed goon. I appear to go in this direction, except I can't go through there either. And given all the blood, that's probably a good thing. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm not entirely sure what I'm supposed to do. I can't turn the lights on because I can't get into the room where the light switch is, because oddly that isn't by the front bloody door. But I still got all my fuses, so that's good. The old villainous cow doesn't pinch them. I don't need the light bulbs, do I? I can look at them, but I can't take them with me, which is perfectly reasonable. Unless I need them for places like this. I don't know. I'm not a qualified electrician. Oh, this door is open now, magically. Marvellous. Do I need to search for the source of this sound? That was too essy, that sentence. Sleep for 100 years. I don't know what sort of radio station plays music like that in the middle of the bloody night, but I think they're asking for trouble. Again, I don't know what this is. Some sort of anorexic merry-go-round, perhaps. I don't know. I don't claim to understand these things. Well, there is a light on in there, at least. I'm glad to see the little demon doll is still here. That's absolutely marvellous. Wasn't there something I was supposed to translate here, but I didn't have my dictionary for it when I first came in here? What on earth is that? I think it's just a greetings card or something. Let me see. Oh, there was a piece of paper here. That's what it was supposed to read. Late at night, when people fall asleep, no need for proper attention being paid to capitalization. For fun, and no need for a fool. Yes, no need for a medieval court jester. And the bells are empty, and the eyes are full of bitterness. What are you talking about? The courtiers do not know what that fun means to the fool. The fool decides that enough is enough, and he that night wearing a sad suit. Why do I get the impression he's talking about me? Poisons the court and the king. I am sad at heart, but the plan is not a failure. The fool will no longer be fun for you. What in the name of Biblic's belly button are you talking about? I was joking when you said that fool suggested a medieval jester, but apparently you decided to take my absurdity and make it reality. I see, we're just rolling a stupid jump scares at this stage, are we? Are we? Is that what we're doing? Oh, no, we're not. You said you were wearing a bonnet. I didn't know if bonnets were popular among little girls in 1958 Soviet Union. Alright, at least we can see now that there's nothing in the toilets. I'm glad to see that somebody came along and cleared that little situation up. Good! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. There's that cleaner I was talking about earlier. Let's turn the lights back on. They don't seem to be allowed to turn the lights back on. Never mind. Oh, someone's getting one of their little building blocks so they can look at things. This box wasn't here before. Oh, well, it seems that you're not entirely as stupid as I thought you were, Mr. Protagonist, because you are slightly more observant, given that, even I didn't pick that up, given how much filth there is in this room. Are these the bodies of crows? I think these are the bodies of crows. Right. Let's get it. Oh, man alive, these zooming controls make no sense. It's locked. It would be interesting to know what's inside. Yes. I mean, probably, but also possibly not. Alright, do I need to find a key then? Is that my next objective? That seems reasonable. Are you sure I can't turn the lights? No. Can't. Would everything kindly calm down for 2 shakes of the lamb's proverbial tail? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Alright, let's get a light bulb and let's mend it. And then we can get our scouting badge for amateur electricianism. Right, I'll have this if you don't mind, and then I'll try and figure out where the hell it goes. Presumably in here, because this is the only room that I've seen that's actually got a light on it at the moment. Where does it go? In here, perhaps? Is it needed up here? I don't believe so. No. Maybe I should look for where there's a broken bulb on the floor. Perhaps that would clue me in. Does it need to go here? No, it doesn't. Yep. I did it with my psychic telekinetic force powers. Ah, well, that should earn me another bloody badge, shouldn't it? So the lights presumably are already on, judging by... Yes. Yes. Yes, there we are. Judging by that, which we've just seen. Where's that body? It seems to have disappeared off into that corner. Oh, and into the ventilation! How exciting. Alright. Alright, now that we've sorted that out, I'm still on the hunt for this key. One presumes. It wouldn't be in a locker by any chance, would it? Might be the sort of place that somebody might keep something. I think that's scary music again. Should we go in here and see if we can... Let's not go in here because we can't go in there. Please tell me there's wires hanging out there, not a couple of cigarettes that someone has stuck in there. Don't really know why somebody would do that, but it's a little sort of silly thing that some little whippersnapper might do. Can I find the... Oh, hello again. You seem to have shrunk. Has someone put you in the wash? What is in this box? I don't know. But I've got slightly bigger frickin' worries. Are you the fool that was talking about? Which apparently is a frickin' word I've just invented. It's a little box. This is the blood coming out of the ceiling. Right. Well, this situation has improved, by which I mean that's no longer there, and that's no longer there, and I'm no longer observing liquid entering a toilet. So, frankly, the world has become significantly better, and now it's become significantly worse. Oh dear. I know they say that back in olden times, people were shorter. I don't think people were that freaking short. I probably shouldn't turn that off. I was thinking of turning it on. Getting more resilient as the hours go past, possibly just because it's so warm in here that my body daren't move in the fear of respiring and creating any further body heat. Alright. I'm guessing that was the little Cicero, who seems to be engaging in some mischief. May I chase him? No, I mayn't. Can, on the other hand, hear some severe breathing. Where it's coming from. It doesn't really seem to be coming from anywhere, actually. Although we have found a place that I can hide. Marvellous! That might actually come in handy for something. Do I still need the key for this? Yes, indeed. Alternatively, I could have smashed the bloody thing. Which is what I'd probably do in this situation, but we won't worry about it. Somebody's making mess. If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, don't make mess. I don't really know what you yell at children when they make a mess. It may not surprise you to learn that I don't have any children. And I intend to keep it that way. I don't even know what it was that was supposed to scare me then. I didn't see it. It wasn't you. Despite being one of the creepiest things in this game, you've done nothing creepy thus far apart from stare at me. Alright. I think everything's fine. Again, you're quite a creepy thing, but you haven't done anything that creepy to me yet. I'm also shocked that you managed to stay upright when you seem to be made out of a perfect sphere. You know what? I think that's enough for one night. I think it's time that we went to bed. Except we can't, because somebody's locked the bedroom door. Oh god, this little demon jester seems to be very committed to shutting doors behind people. Presumably that's one of his pet peeves, when people go through doors and don't shut them behind them. At least I can empathise with him on that front, if nothing else. Presumably there is a little key somewhere. I don't know, one of these freaking things. What on earth is that? It's a pocket watch. Seems a little out of place. Yes, presumably there is a key somewhere. In this level of light, and with this degree of mess, it's going to be bloody difficult to try and find it, but try I shall. There's a photograph in here of some people in a row. Yes, it's not rowing, presumably. Little calendar there as well. Interesting. Not frightfully useful when it comes to opening that little box, but interesting nonetheless. Aha! Somebody had the good sense to A, put the dark key on something white to make it easier to see, and B, to actually focus my attention on it when I find it. Excellent. That much I approve of, because you wouldn't believe the number of indie horror games that I've played and had to abandon playing simply because I couldn't find the ruddy key that was a slightly altered shade of grey among the other shades of grey. Right. What's in it? Hopefully not a corpse. Is it a little book, perhaps? A diary! Today is the annual opening of my camp. I have prepared for this for 3 years, so this summer will be special for me. During these days, I will bring up real people in them. By bring up, I assume you don't mean vomit, but they will also help me a lot. I was wondering whether that was written by a child at the camp or by the mistress of the camp. Night of 58. What? This isn't night 3? This is a different one. All right. After a severe thunderstorm, there is no light in the building. Aha! I shall take this, and there will be light. Indeed. Sudden change of pace. And we can see the place when it was all neat and tidy and snazzy. This much I approve of. This character presumably can also read this language more accurately than both the protagonist or the player can. Here is a picture of some grumpy-looking people. The doctors made the wrong diagnosis. He needs a heart transplant. Only this will help him. I no longer have the strength to fight with the doctors. We must not contact them again. I will heal my son myself, no matter what it takes. You must be a multi-talented lady if you think you can perform a heart transplant on a child. I don't even think the modern doctors of 2024 can achieve that, let alone the random camp residents of 1958. Alright, let's go and explore the rest of this place, because it would be nice to see it when it was all clean and tidy, and we can see all the names, apart from the lockers that don't have names on them. I've also forgotten the name of the person who's I think I can open this one. Forgotten the name of the person whose name was written on the piece of paper about whom they found the bodies in the locker. Do I need any of these things? Presumably not, no. Alright, so I can just open that, although it doesn't serve any purpose. Curious. Oh look, it's all tidy, and there's more creepy dolls. Forgive me, a rather tumultuous sneeze came upon me. Never mind, there are some scales here. Presumably though, I don't weigh anything either, there hasn't got any batteries in it. One or the other. Can I go through any of these doors? Children and caregivers are asleep. I won't bother them, apart from you, who presumably is a caregiver, and yet you're not asleep. But never mind. Oh, this desk is open. I also didn't realise this desk could open, but never mind. Piece of paper here. What does it say? Anna, we need to run. It's all because of the director. The damned capitalism. I was spying on her, so she was talking to someone about something bad. That's very specific. You have to believe me. Warn everyone. We don't have much time until I hid her key in the closet. We can make it. Help me. Right. Okay. So the her you're referring to is the director, presumably. not Anna. So presumably, oh, well, that's a very polite thing to say in front of. Well, you're not in front of children, but you're within close proximity of them, I suppose. Now we can hear the little music box going. Oh, that's where he hid the key. Ingenious little soul. Okay, I recognise that tune as well, but I couldn't for the life of me tell you what it says. And by says I mean what it's called. Key to the safe. You filthy child! I will rub you with soap and water. And by rub, I meant scrub, but never mind. How the hell do these desks stay up with only 2 feet? That is a feat of engineering. Key to the safe. What bloody safe? I don't remember seeing any safes. Or saves. Whatever the bloody plural of safe is. Oh, giddy aunt. That's going to be expensive to repair, but never mind. Never mind, we'll deal with that on a different day. Right now, we need to find out where this safe is. Aha, it's here. I don't really know how the hell I reach it. Well, then put my chair away like a tidy person. Right. What are we doing here? What? Stole the second gas cylinder? What on earth are you talking about? Why do you have a gas cylinder and a gas mask? Is that so that you can do awful things to these children and murder them, but then not die yourself? I don't know, but I'm worried. I need to spray the sleeping gas on the children. Oh my giddy aunt. This is awful. Alright, so all the children are going to be transferred to the surgery for hospital and then returned back. Why? What surgery are you going to do to them? You only need one person for a heart transplant, you know. You don't need multiple. Some secret documents. We worked together with a person who, again, I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of, in an orphanage. Then I acted carelessly and received a complaint. The director had to close the shelter. I was suspended from medical work. Now I will not make such a mistake, because only he knows about our agreement. I must not pay attention to where spaces go. I must continue to find people for him and collect their kidneys. Oh my giddy aunt. He will help me perform a heart transplant operation for your son. Okay, good. So you're not just going to do it yourself. Fair enough. All of the indicators from the medical record. Right. Okay. I will set up an accident and no one will look for him. You evil person. This is interesting, actually, to have a horror game in which you play a role of the villain. That's quite unique, really. Interesting. So the surgery that I'm taking them to is having their kidneys removed. Why exactly? Presumably to sell them on the black market. Right. A boy has come to the camp. He has no parents or relatives, and he became my favourite because he is so similar to my son. I really want to see him. He is a good boy, although he does not speak, and he understands everything and does everything I ask. In the afternoon, I had to meet with the crazy doctor man at the shelter where we used to work. He ordered us to fulfill our agreement tonight. The day has come. Oh, you've enlisted one of the children into your organ harvesting, you utter Verdean. Before going to bed, children always invent horror stories while the counsellors put them to bed. This can distract them. I don't think it's going to distract them from being gassed in the face with sleeping toxins. But, alright, do I need my gas mark as well? Oh, my giddy aunt. The filter is broken and the glass is missing. Right. He ruined my gas mask. I see. He has sabotaged the plan. Need to put the gas cylinder under the door. Go back in the classroom. How is it going to fit under the door? Oh, by a wire. I don't really think that this room is going to keep you safe. By all means, try. Oh, that sneaky boy! He's done it to me as well. Now I'm going to fall asleep, and the air raid is going to get me killed. He did mend the window, however, so that's somewhat kind of him. Oh goodness, who are you? You are too big to be the little miscreant that started this problem. Goodness. I like this game. There's a hell of a lot going on in it, and I don't really understand any of it, but it's quite good and quite interesting and quite varied as well. I was getting a bit concerned that when we only had these 2 corridors and 2 rooms that we'd get quite limited gameplay opportunities, but switching from one one century to another is quite a clever way of doing that. Reminds me of The Beast Inside. That was another game that did something vaguely similar. Right, I shall take these things with me if you don't mind. Yes, the diary and my little book, please. Yes, can I? Oh, I can't take the book with me. I've had enough of reading. Oh dear. I was going to say I hope this turns into a good video, and then realised that I had to preface that with "for the protagonist." But we shan't worry about any of that silliness. You know what, mate? Despite the fact that you spent most of this game unconscious, I think it's about time we went back to bed. Oh dear. Right, so there's some breathing chap over the other side of that door, it would seem. Good for him. Don't really know why the hell I'm going to go around looking for a key in the hopes of going through that door. But apparently that's exactly what I'm going to do. Interesting that this night vision actually makes it darker for some strange reason, but never mind. I seem to have had my other light bulbs stolen. That's not good, but at least there's a fire extinguisher over there which I could grab and clobber somebody with. It has just struck me that we've been here for about 3 days, and as far as I know, we've eaten no food, eaten no water, and made no use of the lavatorium. But we won't worry about it. I'm sure everything's going to be fine. I don't remember there being as much mess here before. Another little box down there. I'm wondering if there's a key somewhere. I don't see one. No. That's not a key, that's a hinge. I mean, technically it is another thing which opens a door, but not in the manner in which I needed to. Oh, there's a piece of paper here. You were told, crossed out, to get out of here. Leave this place alone. And apparently I'm taking this with me for some reason. And I've memorized the entire dictionary, it seems. There are empty pages in Maria's diary. You can use them to answer. I hear him standing outside the door. Oh, I can write. I can tear the paper with great abandon. I know what happened here. Let me help you. Tell me, who are you? I write extremely well, given I can't even read this language. But, alright. I pop the note under the door. What do you have to say for yourself? Indeed. Right. Hey, it's faster than Royal Mail, but that ain't saying much. Right, the last time I tried to answer the telephone around here, I got viciously assaulted by somebody with a baseball bat. Hopefully... I don't like that. Do you mind if I get the little hammer that's down here and smash it? Oh dear. I don't like this. It's a bit spooky. Has he written me up? Oh. I thought he might have written a little message by now, but no. Should try writing the letter again. Maybe he didn't understand. Maybe he's too stupid. Maybe I should write smaller words. Again, tear another piece of paper out. Do some scribbling. Oh, that's why the dictionary and the pen disappear, because I'm translating and writing. I read that people were killed here. Did you do that? Tell me, and then I can help you, and definitely not tell the police. Well, I'm not sure I'd trust the police around here, but that goes without saying. I think he's come down the stairs, but I don't remember there being any stairs in there. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. He's not the fastest reader in the universe, is he? So there's a lot going on in there, but at the same time there seems to be nothing going on in there. Well, naturally it all goes quiet the minute I try and pay attention to what's going on. Naturally! His friend's still there. No, friend has scooted off. Good. I'm almost grateful. Fortunately, most of my emotional centre is being overtaken with feelings of fear, horror, and disgust at the moment. So, oh, forgive me if I want to run away. I think that's just a single 2D image, but they've sort of spaced it away from the window a little bit so that it's not completely obvious, and that you can still sort of see things moving relative to the window frame, which is more attention to detail than I would normally expect out of a game like this. So I approve. Right. There doesn't appear to be anything here of any interest, apart from a little picture front of a little house. It would seem. By a little house, I mean a bloomin' big ass. Oh, he has communicated with me. We've breached the gap. I was accused. I didn't do it, though. Get out of here. Oh, good. Again with the little goblin creatures. Presumably they were in a bit of a state if they ran in here at such a great pace. I don't know what that was. Sounded a little bit like somebody dropping something a bit like that into something a bit like this. Yes, like dropping a big tin into a sink. I do like there were lots of scary noises in this game that I don't even register the visual cue that's supposed to go with it. There may be other scary things going on at the moment, but I'm not wholly in tune with them. I'm not supposed to write another paper, am I? I am supposed to write another paper. I'm gonna run out of paper at this rate. Again with the nest making. There's a lot of silly little noises going on. And if these whippersnappers don't stop it, I might just have to take up a hamburger or maybe a fire extinguisher and do a bit of clobbering of my own. Kitty aunt is too warm for all this mischief. Right. So, well, let me think about it. I don't know when this is set. Judging by the camera, vaguely recently. So if that child was a child back in 1958, and let's say they were born in, I don't know, 1950, that would have been like 60, 70 by any recent years. I read the paper, please. Yes, here I can communicate with my friends. We guard this place because it is our home. A lot of people came here just to break our things. I suppose there's so much freaking mess here. But my friends help drive away strangers. I'm afraid that someone will see me and tell me that I live here. Surely you already know that you live here. I think you mean tell others that you live here. And those people will come for me. Ah. Except you don't seem concerned that I'll do that, which is a little odd if you ask me, but never mind, did we read this before? Yes, we did. Alright. Where's he been this entire time? If that's not a rude question of me to ask. I'm a little confused why I've been wandering around this entire establishment previously and never encountered him previously. Hello again, you little buck-toothed varmint. What are we going to write this time? Who are your friends? Why are they here too? I think he's friends with the little demon girl and the little demon rabbit. Possibly that would explain his unnaturally long lifespan. He seems to be scampering around far too much for a 70-year-old. Thank you for emphasizing my point. Ah, you've gone again. Maybe it wasn't him who was scampering. Maybe it was the rabbit. I've also just realised why we are communicating through pieces of paper, because the oh no, I've got it wrong, haven't I? Because the note said that the child didn't speak, but I've also just realised that the child on the other side of this door, who presumably is not a child anymore, isn't the kid who was having a heart transplant, who looked to be quite young. He was one of the children of the camp, who presumably would have been a little bit older if they were away from their parents. So that would actually make it worse, because that would mean he was even older in 1958. But never mind. The spirits of this place, those who were tortured here, they remain locked up. That day, in the evening, after lights out, someone came. Probably it was the person with whom the director spoke. He didn't find me. I think that because of this, he poisoned all the residents and the director. Was that the man in the hazmat suit that we saw? If so, was that the doctor man who was going to do the heart transplant? I don't know who that was. Presumably somebody on a walk. Let me get back to my pen pal. This is a very strange game. All of this was planned by the director of the camp. What are you talking about? What kind of person was she talking to? I think the person she was talking to was the... Hello. Another little demon child. Wouldn't thought there'd be any demon children around here apart from the ghosts. Didn't realize ghosts came out during the day. A bit like vampires then, I suppose. Mind you, if they're turning up only in the full moon, and then they're more like werewolves. But maybe they're a bit of both. I don't know. Those two things do seem to be mutually exclusive when it comes to horror, but I suppose in this modern era you can be a bit of both if that is so how you would like to fill in the form. Right, what does this say? It's all her. I saw our director speaking to somebody at an old hospital near the camp. They agreed that they would do their work at night. Then I realised that it was connected with us. Okay, I think he's the chap who's been writing the notes, because, I mean, the other notes that we found, not these ones, obviously. I mean, obviously he has been writing these ones, but that's not what I'm trying to refer to, because that would be the observation of an imbecile, and I'm certainly not that. No, the other notes. The notes talking about Anna, or talking to Anna, because that note, I think, said that they observed some sort of conversation going on. I realised it was connected with us, but I couldn't warn everyone. I didn't see who else was there because I was scared and hid. In the morning I went into the building and found no one. Her safe was also not there. I thought that the man and his assistants had taken everyone away and hidden the bodies in that building. I had to stay here and live in the ventilation. Only sometimes go to the rooms. That explains why I've heard noises in the vents, and that explains why I haven't seen him in the rooms. That explains a lot. I don't know how the hell he fits into that ventilation shaft, but we won't worry about it. You know what I'd do if I were you, mate? I'd move the dictionary and the pen and I'd put them over there in the corridor to save us walking around. That abandoned building, can I get there? Oh, we're going to switch up environments. That would certainly spice things up a little bit after spending the last hour and 8 minutes in these 5 rooms, I suppose. If you count the bathroom, forgive my hiccups. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. That sounded like a yo-yo, or possibly a fishing rod. We seem to be having some jolly good fun in there with his fishing pole and his music box and his everything else. That tune, I know what that tune is, and it's really irritating me. He won't answer anymore. It's time to go to the abandoned hospital. Need to tear the boards off the front door. Oh, we are going somewhere else. Goodness, how exciting! And we actually get to travel during the daylight, which is too bloody sensible for a horror game protagonist. Oh good, you don't have to do each of them individually, because that would take all bloody day. Right, I like this. This is nice. This is fun. This is spooky pooky. Again, I'd have done the loading screen while it was going through the cinematic, but maybe it was doing both. I don't know. I don't understand how loading works. I'm not the sort of person that goes around using loading bays, filling vans with things. Night 3. How many levels have we been through? I don't know, but maybe we're in the hospital now. The hospital's actually very bloody far away. It's taken me all day to get here. I may find proof here. Let's look around. Right. Let's have my camera and my dictionarium. I didn't do that. Oh, I was about to say, hang on a minute. I'm not in the camp anymore. I'm a bit slow off the mark. I just came here. I need to find proof. Ah, yes. Because when you're making YouTube videos, proof is really important, you know. I mean, it is. That isn't sarcasm. But it is sarcasm in that 95% of people on this website don't give a damn about proof. But that's not the point. Huzzah! We've got a Native American Dreamcatcher? Alright, that's a bit weird. Don't really know what that's doing here in the Soviet Union, but never mind. There are chains here to stop the ill people from escaping, presumably. Can I read this sign? I don't believe that I can. No, I can't go through this door either. Everything's all chained and locked up, and I am not able to go anywhere. There's some more creaking, and it is night time, isn't it? Yes. Yes, as I've been told by the black screen that you were looking at before, you twit. I can't squeeze through here. I can't read any of these newspapers. I can't do a heck of a lot. Oh, well, there's no proof to be had here. Best leave. Oh, dear. Or do I just set out my bedroll for the night? I don't know. Again, here's another place that I can sneak. Although I probably shouldn't do that if you're getting stuck. Here's a bucket, and because it's in a hospital, somebody's probably defecated in it. But, seriously, where the hell am I going? Because I can't go through here. I can't go through there. I can just hear that weird noise, whatever the hell that was. I don't know what that says, but maybe it says something like operating theatre, or room where we slap people until they feel better. Presumably that's not what either of these signs say, and that's not what either of the rooms that are on the other side of these doors are. Unless I'm supposed to move this, perhaps? No, clicking on it doesn't seem to be doing anything. When I said that we could go into another environment and it would be a bit exciting, I sort of meant that the environment would have to have more than half a corridor and 3 locked doors. This is a wee bit of a pickle that I've got myself in. I can hear all sorts of spooky noises, but I can't go and see any spooky things because I can't go anywhere. That sounded a bit like a gurney moving. Nope. No, I was too optimistic about that one. Seriously, where the bloody hell am I meant to go, and what the bloody hell am I supposed to do? This wasn't here a minute ago. Golly, these builders are fast. 1956, after the war, dozens of children ended up in shelters after losing their parents. An orphanage for the maintenance and upbringing of orphans worked under the leadership of the military. That's interesting. I've never really thought of the army getting involved in orphanages before, but I suppose there's some semblance of intuitive connection between those two entities, so I suppose that makes sense. Oh golly, we can go to Narnia. I don't know if Narnia has ever been published in the Soviet Union. Oh gosh, I still can't go through any of these doors. Oh dear. Oh dear. I preferred when it was just boards. I can break those in my shoulder. I can't break chains. I'm not quite that big and burly. Oh dear. There's nowhere to go, and yet again, there's nothing to do. Ah, finally, somebody got so sick of me just wandering around this corridor aimlessly that they decided to bash their way through the door just to give me something else to look at. I'm grateful. Sorry, I heard a funny noise. Didn't realise it was just the cat. Alright. Hello. It's another frickin' demon. Good. I love discovering more bloody demons. The doctor of the orphanage was detained for illegal organ trafficking for 6 years. He fraudulently made incorrect diagnoses and performed operations to remove the kidney. Just the one? I mean, probably yes, because you'd probably die without the other one, but never mind. The doctor did not know, the director, even did not know about this, and he could not continue to lead his position. The orphanage was closed. The building became abandoned. So there was a... So this is a hospital. This isn't the orphanage, one presumes, unless it's a repurposed hospital building. But this is presumably is where the doctor operated out of, and he just came over to the orphanage, or maybe the children were brought from the orphanage to the hospital whenever they needed treatment. I have an angle grinder with me in my backpack. I'd be scared, but I'm too amused. I really like this guy didn't bring like a lighter or any matches, but I really like the deployed angle grinder. How the hell did you get that through customs? If you can't get a bottle of freaking water through customs, how the hell do you get that through it? I don't know. But I dread to think how painful it was shoving that up some orifice. Alright, let's do some breaking. Why didn't I use this when I was trying to get through those boards? That would have sped the process up enormously. Right. What have we in here? Also, may I just ask a quick question? Why did it... Oh, they've moved the Narnia portal. Why didn't I go and get my angle grinder after the first 3 sets of chains that I saw? Why was it only after the umpteenth that I decided about that? I don't know, but there appear to be landmines all over the place, so I better tread carefully. Piece of paper here. I know what I'm doing is wrong, but I have no choice. I'm here to save my son. I was lucky the doctor agreed to help. I mustn't let him down. Another person proving that mustn't is a genuine contraction. I approve of that. No one should know about our affairs. Indeed, the snogging under the gurney must remain secret. Oh wait, no, you probably mean like the secret activities that you've been doing, stealing children's organs and selling them. Hello? You know, if I knocked on someone's door and then I suddenly heard an angle grinder going off, I would turn tail and run. I don't care how important it is that I speak to that person, I would run the bloody hell from that door. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Many, many, many awful contraptions for causing agony. Lovely, lovely stuff. Right, I can't go over there, but that ain't a bad thing, because there's some bolt cutters over there, which is the best sort of thing to do surgery with. Right, maybe I can actually squeeze my way through here and step over the landmine in order to get over here and hear a funny noise. What does this piece of paper say? I don't have time to save him. I don't believe it. I can't believe this is happening. I don't recognise that name. I don't think they've been spoken to before. I'll save him. I need to find a donor. Urgently. So presumably... Oh, I didn't see this before. Presumably this doctor was preying on people that needed an urgent transplant and couldn't find a donor, and thus were willing to pay a large sum of money in order to have their child saved. I was going to say that seems like a reasonable business model, but that seems like a horrible thing to say. Right, oh yes, we read that before, I remember now. Alright, should we break our way through some other chains? Let's see what we can find. Indeed. I do find myself questioning why, when the door suddenly vanished, the protagonist said that the building wouldn't let him leave, because it's not as if he was letting himself leave. The battery of the angle grinder has run out. Well, darn it. What a damned shame that I didn't bring any spare batteries with me. Again, another thing that you'd think I'd bring, at least for my camera, if nothing else. Right, well this was not a waste of time, because this room has the grand total of nothing in it. Oh no, it's a piece of paper. More spooky noises. I don't know if I'll make it to the morning, because today's shift is bothering me. When you say, I don't know if I'll make it to the morning, it sort of sounds like you're dying. But when you say, today's shift is bothering me, it sounds like just another day at the office. I want to run away from here, but then I won't get paid. Again, another day at the office. I hear voices as if I'm not alone. I thought I saw a woman, more like her silhouette or shadow. She went into the closet. I am afraid to follow her and move the closet. I don't want to check if it's true, or maybe it's just my imagination, which has been sharpened after a glass of vodka. On the cabinet weigh some products. Do you mean were some products made of feathers and cobwebs? What the hell are you making out of cobwebs? I have never seen them anywhere. They look terrible. They're made out of cobwebs and smell of dead things. Yeah, feathers and cobwebs generally associated with death. However, I'll have another glass and go to bed until morning. That's the sensiblest thing. That's not a word, but never mind, that you've ever said, friend. Do I need to move this then? Or is it a different cupboard that I need to move? I don't know. I don't know that I care either. Can I move this, this one? Nope. No, I can't go and visit the lady in the cupboard. That's a shame. Maybe it's that cupboard he meant, actually. Maybe it's a different cupboard. I don't know. I don't have the answers to these questions. Alright, well presumably I've gone through all the doors that need to have their chains broken, judging by the battery running out. So the question is whether there's any other doors that could lead me into other places. But I don't think so, because I don't believe the operating theatre, for want of better terminology, had anything else. Can I sprint? No, but by pressing shift I can go marginally less lackadaisically, which at least is somewhat of improvement. Ah, I need the bolt cutters. Maybe I can use these for breaking another chain, or for doing something else. Oh, there was a gap I could have gone through here. The old time, ain't I dunce? The answer to that, as ever, is yes. Right. Let's see what I need these bolt cutters for. There must be something else that requires a bit of breaking. Not in here, however. Oh, somebody else moved the cupboard for me. Very kind of them. Bloody hell. And somehow the bolt cutters work faster than the bloody power tools. Alright, should we go that way into the... I don't know what this says. I'm going to assume this is the room in which we conduct therapy by sticking needles to people's bottoms. Ah, this doesn't go to the cupboard with the dream catcher on it. That's a shame. That means we've got to go through this door, which undoubtedly will have something awful on the other side, but gladly we don't get the chance to find out. Ah, I appear to have been locked in. Well, damn and blast. At least I've got my bolt cutters. At least I can defend myself with that. Would you like to be bolt cutted? Seems to have escaped down the toilet. Good for him, I suppose. Oh, I've been partially zoomed in this entire time. Sorry about that. Ooh, there's a meadow. I saw you a bit more clearly this time. Right, there's a little scary pussycat face. Dear oh dear, almost reminds me of the face that Bib pulls in the morning when she wants her breakfast and I'm trying to sleep in because it's a bloody Saturday. Oh, I wish it was Saturday. It's not, it's Thursday. But never mind. You can't have everything in life. Ah. Now we can go into the cupboard of dreams. Oh my giddy aunt, it's going to take forever to get through here. Right. Time to put my shoulder to work. Oh, huzzah. Well, that went frightfully expeditiously. Well, there's a grim image for you. Hey, look on the bright side. The bag and the shackles at least suggest they didn't do this to themselves. So, that's better? The corpses of small people, which are probably children, isn't. But, oh. You've only just noticed. Right, what does the note say? Let the one who finds me feel the pain of a mother who has lost her child. I curse everyone who couldn't help me. I'm not just going to leave. I'll be back. What she meant by that and how she would return. Maria, I am sorry. Oh golly, I'm locked in here. I think it's the corpses of all the other people that have been playing the game recently. That guy's got a dagger in his skull. Apparently a dagger I can take with me. Okay, right, now we're going to get that weird dagger thing out of Far Cry 4. Fair dues, how is this supposed to help? Please tell me I'm not just supposed to use those to end it all? Are there other things in here? Death certificate. For who? I don't know. I can't read the handwriting and I can't read the language. I don't know. I'm assuming that that thing just before the bit that's scribbled out is the name. I'm trying to see if that matches any of the names that we've previously read. I don't think that it does. Here are the documents from 1958. The doctor about whom Maria spoke replied to her that she would no longer participate in this and refused to work with her. Oh really? I thought it was Maria who was trying to get out of this. Then, unless by not work with her he meant not give her the transplant that she was after. Or maybe maybe it would make sense that he didn't want to work with her anymore, because then he went and did some tomfoolery with the gas, didn't he? Then what was the case in question, and who was she talking to Indeed, yes. There's something else. The death certificate document. This is for her son. He died in the fall of 1950. Apparently she couldn't stand it and went crazy. She went to save him so badly. Oh, she wanted to save him so badly. Sorry. I was about to say, that wording doesn't make any sense, mainly because I didn't read it right. She lost touch with reality. Poor woman. Unless she went along and murdered a load of people, in which case she's not a particularly poor woman. Not that I think that murdering people is a particularly lucrative expedition. You won't worry about it. I think I've got all the evidence I need. Time to leave. Where's the door? There's the door. I'll get my things and I'ma leave. Do not tell me we're going back to the bloody camp. We're not doing that, alright? That's what happens. Then I'm ending the game here because I have freaking limits. 3 weeks later. Just in case you couldn't read the font. Or maybe this is the same and it's just like the text down there that changes depending on what language you pick at the beginning. Oh no! Why? What am I doing back here again? Also, what's with the spooky music that reminds me oddly of those old point-and-click Famous 5 games that that I haven't thought of in a decade but have suddenly been reminded of. Hello! You creepy little bastard. Why am I here? What possible reason did I have to come back to this hellscape? Did I come back to speak to what's his face, Vent Man again? Oh, I'm preparing another piece of paper. You no longer need to be afraid that you will be found and accused of something you didn't do. I've taken care of everything. I didn't tell anyone that you live here with your friends. Protect this place further. It is rightfully your home. Oh. Alright. Well, that's a happier ending than I was expecting. I am glad that this investigation turned out to be so interesting and unique. I managed to solve the mystery of 58 and help him find peace and freedom. You can read about this in my blog, but we need to move on. I'm going to another place with a terrible history, where witches used to live. And there I will have an unusual case. Yes, a bizarrely shaped briefcase, presumably. I will tell you about it later. For being a game with such a confined environment, it tells its story surprisingly well. I think it relies a little bit too much on the old spooky jump scares, but does a decent enough job, and they seem to design this entire environment here solely for the sake of the outro. Although saying that house looks bloody familiar from a game that we played, I think, in a shotgun back in the very early days of the channel. It looks very freaking familiar, actually, which makes me wonder if, in fact, this is that was a game also made by this developer, and that's where they've got this from. One doesn't know. Or this is meant to be like a teaser, maybe for their next game, where the witches are? I don't know. But it's a nice game and it's got nice music in it and it's good and it's nice and spooky pokey. Yeah, unless this is like a pre-built thing that they've got from somewhere else, that the developer of that other game, of which I've forgotten the name. Unless this is some pre-built thing that they've got, this seems bizarrely familiar to the other place. Yeah, and now that I see it in crystal clear resolution, it seems even more so. Indeed. That was the summer of 58, which we appropriately played in the summer. Right, that was a game. We played it. I rather enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. There you are. A succinct review for you. A few days later, when the Zodiac Killer was around, presumably judging by this font. And by font, I mean iconography. Oh, golly! There's shackles near the bed. Kinkalicious. Right. Apparently that's not the end of the game. Ah, well, this is finished. I had to wait for the person who bought this house, but after his arrival, a few days later, something went wrong. This place has ceased to be harmless. I am trapped here. I don't think that a woman from a shelter in Russia could get attached and follow me. Does this house have a pendulum for... What the bloody hell are you talking about, you drunkard? What if other spirits followed me? Maybe that's why I didn't find anyone in those houses. I miraculously managed to escape from that abandoned orphanage, but I am not sure that I will be released now. We need to try and get out of here and warn that guy it's dangerous to stay here. What the hell are you talking about? You said quite a lot, and yet I feel like I've absorbed no knowledge. But I presumably am this Alex Morton chap again, judging by the backpack and the camera. And here are some more things from the hospital place. I feel like this is a teaser for their next game. Hello. Tell you what this reminds me of, actually, this scene, and that's the end of the Blair Witch Project. That's what that reminds me of. Right. Would you, Madam Lady... Oh. No, I'll take that as a no, she wouldn't. Oh well. It's not the first time I've walked into a bedroom and then a woman has vanished. Wouldn't be the first time. Right. What's next on the agenda of chaos? Someone seems to be chopping up a cucumber with a big carving knife. Let me just burn my feet ever so slightly. Look still. Press E in order to... Whoa, she's changed her mind. To be continued. Marvellous. Goodness, exciting. That was very good. Yes, I like this. I like that it's got a little teaser into the next game as well. That's a very nice touch. Would you kindly shush? Thank you. Okay, so there's no like sort of prologue or epilogue or teaser or anything like that. I like this game. It is nice, it is well made, it is little and spooky, and it does a surprisingly good job of handling a very confined environment, which is impressive. Hell of a lot better than games like bloody PT did with a confined environment. Oh, we love PT. PT's awesome. PT is boring. I get that it was kind of interesting as a one-off at the time, right? I know we're not here to have a rant about this, but I don't get the opportunity to rant about PT as often as I used to, and I need to get my pent-up frustrations out. Yeah, PT was vaguely interesting when it first came out, but then every bloody indie horror game in the world decided to copy it, and the novelty wore off very ruddy quickly. Never mind, none of that matters. We're not here to talk about a bad game, we're here to talk about a good game, which is this game. I rather liked it, I hope that you did as well. I look forward to seeing the next game with the witches that this developer makes, so I'll look out for that, and we'll probably play it when it comes along, because this developer seems to have a lot of potential. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.